topic I've decided to speak about for this assignment is the documentary Who Cares About Kelsey, directed by Don Habib. I have chosen this topic as it relates to my own area of study, which is secondary education. This topic is relevant as it looks at the topics of how the education system can and should address the attitudinal barriers that are present with people with disabilities, but also how the education system must provide an environment that is inclusive and accessible for people with disabilities. The documentary Who Cares About Kelsey provides rich information on how the education system addressed a particular student, Kelsey, who has attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. Kelsey attends Somersworth High School in New Hampshire. During her last year, the school introduced Positive Behavioural Interventions and Support Program, or PBIS. One part of PBIS was a new program called Renew, which focused on students like Kelsey who had a greater risk of dropping out. In the United States, more than 2 million young people have emotional and behavioural disabilities. 60% of these students are likely to drop out of high school. Renew connects students to resources they need to complete high school and transition into adult life. This clearly shows how the education system is addressing and being aware of students with disabilities and attitudinal barriers and aiming to have effective communication with these students. One good example the documentary shows about the education system providing an inclusive environment is that Kelsey does participate in normal classes. However, she also attends a study hall for students with significant support needs. Many of the staff and Kelsey's teachers work very well together to deal with Kelsey's attitudinal barriers by providing an environment that makes her feel comfortable and able to work towards graduating. Overall, the Renew team had a huge impact on her education, and this clearly demonstrates how the education system can benefit and address students with disabilities and attitudinal barriers, and provide an environment that is accessible and inclusive of all these students. Renew did end up being a successful program as Somersworth High School reduced their dropout rate by 75% and their discipline problems by 60% since Kelsey's final year. Kelsey did graduate because of this program, and this is a perfect example of how the education system should address people with disabilities and attitudinal barriers. Thank you.